Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you're new to me and this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So I hope that's why you're here because that's what's gonna be happening today. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in. The continued support, I really do appreciate it. So today for you, I'm supposed to have my week 12 weekly wrap up, but I didn't read anything in week 12, so I've got a book haul. Haha, book hauls! We love book hauls! See? All new books. Because who doesn't like buying new books? Because we all know here that buying books and reading books are two different hobbies. And Jackie's good at both of them. Not good at making videos and staying on track of videos. We're working on it, guys, working on it. So if you like to find what new books are going to be adding to these shelves and what you can possibly see coming down the pike, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's get talking some books. Okay, so first off, I've got my Book of the Month books from... I think this is March. I think these were March's books of the month. Maybe they were. Fuck if I know. Yeah, March. These are my March Book of the Month books that I purchased. So we're gonna see what these get added to because, you know, my Book of the Month collection is not big enough. I just need to keep adding more. But the one I actually picked for March was actually this one, Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. I love this cover. I think it's so pretty. So a little background on this one. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRoe meets This Is How You Lose the Time War in this fantastical and epic love story that defies death as two souls reincarnate through the centuries. Evelyn can remember all of her past lives. She can also remember that in every single one, she's been murdered before her 18th birthday by Arden, a supernatural being linked to her soul. The problem is that she's quite fond of the life she's in now, and her little sister needs her in order to stay alive. If Evelyn wants to save her sister, she'll have to find the centuries-old devil who hunts her through each life before they find her first, figure out why she's being hunted, and finally break the curse and try not to fall in love again. I saw a show that had an episode like this. The show was... I can't remember. It's an old show. Oh my god. Jumping Through Time, Time Warp, Time Jumper, or something like that. Yeah. I saw an old show once. I'll link it here. This is the show I'm talking about. That used this as an idea of an episode, and it was Bonnie and Clyde being reincarnated. But this one is the guys actually killing the girl. So I kind of like that spin on it, and I liked that idea. I think that was kind of a cool idea to go with. So I'm excited about this one. It's also super shiny. But yeah, they loved each other in 1,000 lifetimes. They've killed each other in every single one. Love and hate collide, man. Love and hate collide over and over and over again every single time. So there we go. Also, the Book of the Month Awards, the Lolly Awards, I think is what they're called, announced their winner. And because I'm a Book of the Month member, you actually get a copy of the Lolly Award winner. If you like it, it's a free copy. So I got The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. This is the book of the year for 2024. So I'm really excited about this one. It's got the nice sprayed edges. This one is when a teenager vanishes from her area. I can't fucking read today. What the fuck, man? When a teacher vanishes from her Adirondack summer camp, two worlds collide. Early morning, August 1975, a camp counselor discovers an empty bunk. Its occupant, Barbara Van Laar, has gone missing. Barbara isn't just any 13-year-old. She's the daughter of the family that owns the summer camp and employs most of the region's residents. And this is the first time a Van Laar child has disappeared. Barbara's older brother, similarly vanished 14 years ago, never to be found. As panic search begins, a thrilling drama unfolds, chasing down the layered mysteries of the Van Laar family and the blue-collar community living and working in its shadow. Moore's multi-threaded story invites readers into a rich and gripping dynasty of secrets. Liz Moore's most ambitious and wide-reaching novel yet, The God of the Woods, is a story of inheritance, second chances, the tensions between a family and a community, and history that will not let any of them go. Well, that sounds awesome. And since summer's coming up, summer camp, sounds great, right? Yep, book of the year here. And then you can kind of see on the back, there you go, the Lolly winner has the, yep, there you go. I don't know if that is on the actual, no, it's not on the actual book itself. So, yeah. But there we go. That was one of my purchase for that. And then I decided to get these backlisted ones because I have listened to 2 of these on audio and I really wanted the 3rd one. And I like these books, the first one much more than the second one, and I have not read the 3rd one, but that is Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. I also have Leather and Lark by Brynne Weaver. I gave this thing 5 stars. I gave this thing 3 stars, and that was being generous. So fingers crossed that Scythe and Sparrow will either be as good as Butcher and Blackbird or somehow meet the middle. But this is the conclusion of the Ruinous Loves trilogy, so I have all 3 on hardcover because I really do like these and I wanted the whole set, so now I have them. So there we go. But these 2 I've already read, so that's a plus. Yeah. But those are my book of the month books from March that I got. I actually just picked my April books of the month, so they should be coming in soon, but they'll be included in another haul later on down the road. Now for my 2 individual trips to Barnes & Noble, we'll just go with this bag here first. So let's see. The first book I have here was one of my most recent releases, was Go Luck Yourself by Sarah Rosh. This is the sequel to Nightmare Before Christmas. This is an MM romance, and this is the sequel to it, following the brother. And this is obviously St. Patrick's Day and the younger brother of Christmas. So yeah, look how cute that is. I didn't read it for St. Patrick's Day. I was going to, but I just didn't get around to doing it. But now, there it is. There you go. And this is, they're saying enemies to lovers. So it's also a spare prince. So the spare prince trope in here too, which is kind of cool. So I'm excited about that one. I had a good time with Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but it was still fun. I like the concept of the books. Sounds like a good plan. Then I got a series because why not? Because that's what I do. I read Bernard Cornwell's The Winter King, and they did not have the rest of that series at Barnes & Noble, but they had the whole thing of the Grail Quest series, which is also Arthurian legend involved, but it's more of the search for the Holy Grail, but it's still tied in with the Arthurian religion. So I got the whole Grail Quest trilogy, which is The Archer's Tale, Vagabond, and Heretic. So I've got all 3 of these now. He writes very militaristic. I liked Winter King. Don't get me wrong. I liked it, but he does have a very different way of writing. There's not a lot of dialogue, so when I read these, I think I'm going to have to just read them a different way, but I do love a good Arthurian legend. I like that story. I like anything really to do with that, and I think I'm going to have a good time with this, and they had the whole trilogy, so I said, fuck it, let's go. Because why not? When in Rome, right? The next Barnes & Noble trip that I went on, procured a little bit more. So, compared to most of my hauls, this is actually really small, guys. The first book I got here was Barbarian Heart. This is, I don't even know which number this is, to be perfectly honest. Hold on, let me find out. I don't know. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 9th installment to the Ice Planet Barbarians series, and I am collecting all the new covers. I love these new covers. I think they're beautiful, and they look really nice on my shelf. They're on this one over here. They're on that one up there. But this is a group of women were kidnapped, and they were brought and stranded on this planet full of ice, and they find these 7-foot tall blue rib for her pleasure aliens, and it's just a good smutty fucking time, okay guys? It just is. It's just a good fucking time. Who doesn't like big blue aliens? This is the one time where blue balls are a good thing to have, all right? End of story. So I like it. We're gonna go with it. I read it as a joke, as literally a joke, and it's just become a thing for me now. So yeah, it works. I also picked up Oaths and Omissions by Sav R. Miller. This is the sequel to Promises and Pomegranates, which was a Hades and Persephone retelling. And this one, I believe, follows the Apollo legend, I think. So these are not standalones. There is a series plot line, so you do have to read them in order from what I'm understanding. But, oh, this is book 3. Sorry, this is book 3. Yeah, this is book 3. I already have book 2. Sorry, that's Virtue and Virtuosos. That's the Apollo one. This one, forget me. Some women are worth waging wars for. I have a feeling it's like Helen of Troy. Waging war. So, yeah, but there we go. Monsters and Muses trilogy. Or series. That's the name of the series, Monsters and Muses. But this is the 3rd installment. Sorry. My apologies. I also picked up Victorian Psycho by Virginia Fietto. This was one of my anticipated releases. It's a horror novel. Virginia Fietto's Mrs. March was hailed as a brilliant debut, a writer who keeps pace with the grandees she invokes. From Daphne du Maurier and Shirley Jackson to Patricia Highsmith, now Fietto returns to unleash an entirely new anti-hero on us all. Winifred Naughty arrives at Enzer House prepared to play the perfect governess. She'll dutifully tutor her charges, Drusilla and Andrew, tell them bedtime stories, and only joke about eating children. But long, listless days spent within the estate's dreary confines come with an intimate knowledge of the perversions and pathetic preoccupations of the Pounds family. Mr. Pounds can't keep his eyes off Winifred's chest, and Mrs. Pounds takes a sickly pleasure in punishing Winifred for her husband's wandering gaze. Compounded with her disdain for the entitled Pounds children, Winifred finds herself struggling at every turn to stifle the violent compulsions of her past. French tutoring and needlework are one way to pass the time, as is admiring the ugly portraits in the gallery and creeping across the moonlit lawns. Patience. Winifred must have patience, for Christmas is coming, and she has a very special gifts planned for the dear souls of Enzer House. Brimming with sardonic wit and culminating in a shocking conclusion, Victorian Psycho plunges readers in the chilling mind of an iconic new literary psychopath. That sounds fucking dope. Christmas setting, maybe? That sounds cool. All right. And it's also super short, so that could be fun. That was one of my anticipated releases, and it sounds cool. And there's a headless doll in the back. So there you go. And Victorian shit's creepy, okay? Let's just be honest. I love the Victorian era, but they do some creepy, weird shit. They do. The next two books are by the same author, and that is Susan Stokes Chapman, The Shadow Key, and Pandora. I really just love the way these books looked. These were definitely cover buys for me. I don't remember what they're about. They're both set in London, so English. I think there's mysteries. Dismissed from a prestigious London hospital, Dr. Henry Talbot has a little choice but accept a mysterious offer of employment as a private physician from Julian Trezillin, an inscrutable lord in rural Wales. Arriving at something, I can't pronounce that fucking word, an isolated estate, Henry finds himself treated with suspicion by superstitious villagers whose beliefs in myths and magic he inclines to dismiss. But when he discovers that his predecessor died under peculiar circumstances, his determination to uncover the truth leads him down a path fraught with danger, made all the more perilous by his headstrong, reluctant ally, Lynette, Julian's younger cousin, who has lived a lonely life as the unconventional mistress. Julian treats her with disdain. Her father is long dead, and her mother, long plagued by strange spells, spends most of her time locked away in rooms. Fiercely self-reliant, Lynette refuses to wear women's clothes, has no interest in marriage, and takes an interest in the welfare of men working in Julian's mines against his wishes. Lynette has always suspected something is not quite right in the village, but it's only through Henry's investigations that the truth about those closest to her will come to light, a truth that will bind hers and Henry's destinies together forever in ways they neither thought possible. Well, that sounds cool. And this one is London, 1799. Dora Blake, an aspiring jewelry artist, lives with her audacious uncle atop her late parents' once famed shop of antiquities. After a mysterious Greek vase is delivered, her uncle begins to act suspiciously, keeping the vase locked in the store's basement away from prying eyes, including Dora's. Intrigued by her uncle's peculiar behavior, Dora turns to the young, ambitious antiquities scholar Edward Lawrence, who eagerly agrees to help. Edward believes the ancient vase is the key that will unlock his academic future. Dora sees it as a chance to establish her own name. What Edward discovers about the vase was Dora questioning everything she's believed about her entire life, her family, and the world as she knows it. As Dora uncovers the truth, she comes to understand that some doors are locked and some mysteries are buried for a reason, while others are closer to the surface than they appear. This is the first one. Okay, this was her first book. This is her second, so I'll probably read these in order of her releasing them, so. Yeah. Hauntingly gothic mystery, gothic debut. Gothic's a trigger word for me. It's a hit word. And the last book I got is because I'm pretty sure I have the first installment, and that's Dance of Shadows. This is book 2 of this this series, duology. Yes, Sons of Darkness is the first one in the Rog or Rita series. And this is the second installment. And look at the sprayed edges. It's so pretty. Definitely got that. And the back is kind of dope looking. It's kingship knows no kinship. And you've got all the shields and everything like that. This feels like it's gonna be something really cool. Assassins, darkness. The seeds of war are best sown in the season of peace. That sounds cool. Elephants. I have the first one, so I got the second one. Because that's what I do, guys. That's what I do. We all know this. That's what I do. But those are my books that I've recently acquired. I've also got some stuff on Kindle and things of that nature, but not as big as my normal hauls, but it's okay, budgeting purposes. But Easter's coming up, so we'll probably get a nice big Easter haul eventually. But that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you guys all soon with another video.